Yo, what's up, what's up? Alright, I see a few of y'all on. Interesting. How's the week been, Lance? Comment if you're with me on the live. Let me know who's there, what's poppin'. Are you ready for the week? It's gonna be a lit one. Let's play some music. Yo, what up, what up? Let's go. Let's get some pre-market analysis in, guys. Change, can you see my video? So when y'all are ready, switch on your videos, so I'll add y'all to the side. Let's go. Alright. So Change, you ready for the week?
Yes, sir.
This week is gonna be a lit one. It's gonna be a lit one. Yo guys, what's up? In the YouTube chat, let me know what's poppin'. I see 3 of y'all there in the YouTube chat. We're just gonna do some pre-market analysis, go over some weekly recaps of trades we've taken, stuff like that. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Change, did any update come out for Warzone?
Yo.
No.
What up?
After we... At least not in the afternoon.
So what's up? Yo, Change.
Yep.
Say what's up?
What is up, ladies and gentlemen?
So what's up?
Gypsy has to say now.
Gypsy?
I said when I came.
So I'm just adjusting your volume.
Oh. Yo.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
No Warzone for me tonight, boys.
What happened?
Yeah, the cousins are home.
Hey, bring them also.
Oh, yeah, cause look at what Change raging.
Alright. Switch on your cameras when you're ready.
Don't have camera.
You heard the instructions, so
Music.
do as required.
Don't have camera.
Well, do as required.
How come today with video?
I just wanted to make it like a normal thing to add it like to the corner. Change? You there, my man?
He said he'll be right back, so we know how long that is.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
Yep.
He's not coming back. 1 second. How do I? How do I hide my own video?
Why you want to do that?
So like, okay, what if I focus this person? Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. YouTube, what's up? Are we ready for it? It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger.
Nice.
Banger. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, not bad. Nice bright charts, eh?
I have yours in full screen.
Oh, beautiful.
Ah,
So you can keep that open for a market recap,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna give you like 2-3 minutes to do your own pre-market analysis on certain pairs, and then we're just gonna like go over one standard pre-market analysis. All right.
Standard pre-market. Okay, yeah.
So that's the one I'll basically go over with you.
Yeah. Checking it. Like
Yeah,
we
so-
got this levels or something like that.
Yeah, so y'all can like compare it and see like the thought process, whether it all links up.
Cool, cool.
Dun dun. Looks interesting. It looks a little bit interesting, it's kind of a little bit of a banger. Change you there?
Yeah.
Alright, tell me when your camera's on.
Okay.
Okay, now switch your camera on.
Hey. I
Only
thought
for
you
10
were-
minutes only, it's fine.
No. Oh, shucks, one sec.
Discard
Check.
free education. There you go. Look at that guy. Okay, well, let me just do. Oh, oops. Don't move that. Dun, dun, dun. Your change. Just switch on your video 1 second so I can just like.
It's on.
Is
Don't
it?
be so racist about yourself, man. What is this change? We are live.
Oh, there you go. It's gonna be a little bit of a banger.
Banger.
Let's see, 50.
Wait, is it just me or is Alpha stream just...
Cut it here again.
No, I didn't cut
250.
it. I have a...
250. 200. Let's increase this a little bit. Let's, from the top crop, let's go right there. Yep. Alright. So we're just gonna always include this in our live streams, okay? So like they know we're trading as a community. And I like how we're all just sitting in like super dark rooms. Gang. Anyway, coming in clutch.
James is the only one who has a room dedicated to it, though.
Yeah. That's true. Like Change actually sleeps in another room, guys. So
I just sleep on this chair.
every time we have movie night, I sleep on this chair.
The other day, one.
That was horrible. Anyway, let me just remove all analysis. Alright, so firstly, we're just gonna go over our what's our trading plan and strategy. We'll go over the basic trading plan and strategy before we hit on the slightly more complicated one. Okay, so I'm not gonna cover retest entries and stuff like that. We're plainly going to go over. 1 second. Yeah, we're plainly gonna go over breakout strategy, right? What I taught you all, ranges, marking ranges, and finding breakout movements. So we're just gonna quickly do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick recap of the previous week. Okay, so let's just go to the weekly time frame. GJ, right? Let me just 1 second. Let's just All right, right over here. Don't enter this box. Lock. Okay, just remind me not to enter this corner, okay? Because like y'all won't be able to see beyond that. All right, so we formed a resistance, right? And the previous week closed bearish, correct? And
Yep.
so with that bearish push, we only saw it making lower highs, right? We only continued making lower highs. Wow, I have this here. And then with this close in the previous week of this like a really strong weekly bearish candle, it signified that we're simply making lower highs and lower lows, right? So the only logical thing is for this to continue down, right? Right over here. And so when we looked at it, yeah, we should have looked for confirmations, etc., etc. So what I would say is, you see this support right over here? It could be like a break and retest, right? And so it goes in confluence with this resistance, these rejections, etc., etc. Okay? And so let's go the daily time frame. Okay? So daily time frame, do you see how this pans out so well? Rejections on this level, rejections on this level. The support lines up perfectly. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Alright, so last week when the market closed like this, August 13th, August 16th, so the market closed right over here. Okay, so let me just one vertical arrow right over here. Okay, market closed right there and we reopened right over here. That was on the daily time frame. So the daily time frame at that point had closed super bearish. Can you see that? One massive bearish candle, so signifying bearish pressure again. So that's why GBP JPY we weren't looking at sells at we weren't looking at buys at all. Okay, buys if we broke above this resistance, definitely, because that would nullify lower highs, correct? And so when we look at it, okay, so we closed super bearish. We were coming down to this support. We break in a very important support, come down to the 4-hour time frame, where is this 13 still? Right over here. Okay, so this is where the market reopened, right? Market reopened, came retested, and then we started falling down. We had a support right over here coming down to the 1 hour. I'm slowly making my way down, so we're able to search for where we would logically open, especially where 3 hours, I mean like 30-minute time frame, etc., etc., right? So right over here we have a little bit of a banger. Anyway, so you see on the 1 hour, this is a fake out, correct?
Yep.
Can you see massive fake out? It pushed back in, it respected. So that's like a double confirmation that this is a fake out. Can you see that?
Yep.
And so it's a confirmation that this is a fake out on the 1 hour time frame. So on the 30-minute time frame, when I saw these two fake outs right over there, I was definitely sure that the next time we do push down, we're gonna break out, okay? Because like, how many times is price gonna fake out on the same level? You feel me? Like, how many times is price gonna keep faking out at the same level, knowing that we're creating lower highs and lower lows, okay? So then we created this high, we rejected super hard, we came down, and guess what? We closed below this entire support. You see that? We closed even below a fake out, right? We closed below the support and we closed even below a fake out. And so that would have been our logical entry, right? Just following the trading plan. Alright, 10 pip stops, okay? And then you'd have searched for targets. Okay, where was that entry? That entry was somewhere up over here. Okay, so that's again a fake out. So our logical targets would have been down here in this region. Why? Because when you go to the 15-minute time frame, can you see this support all the way to the left? And so what happened when we came previously into this region? We faked out. What we could have also targeted was these lows. You see these lows? So on the 30-minute time frame, those would make sense. Yeah, can you see these lows? Perhaps, actually, yeah, I would have definitely targeted this exact low, because you see how price created support previously and then rejected off of this once with a massive fake out, second time with a smaller fake out, but it continued up, right? And so coming to the left, okay, coming to the right, okay, look where price has come into our first zone of like our first expected zone of take profits, and then it can you see how it literally has come to the T? Look at that, it literally came to our target right over here. Can you all see that wick? And that's just crazy when you see that you have that kind of accuracy, right? To spot that in this region, we've had multiple fake outs in this region, right? We have a resistance which it has respected beautifully. Right over here, you see this candle reject with no bottom wick whatsoever, creating a support right over there. Massive fake out and smaller fake out to continue back up. So when you look at it, that is the important part, okay? That is the important part of being able to notice this, okay? So that would have been our first trade, right? First trade 100% done. We hit take profits, let's just say that went 40 pips, so let's just say you just took 20 pips from it, okay? First trade of the week on GBP JPY is an absolute banger, right? So that's our first part of our recap. Second part of our trade, okay, we're trading the very next day. We've created a support right over here, right? You all see this. We are now trading off of this support, and we're looking to come down to this region right over here. Okay, and you're asking me why this region. Can you see these wicks came and rejected right over here? These wicks also came and rejected right over here. That means there's a level right over here somewhere in between. That's why I draw zones, right? So there's some kind of psychological level in between over here that price is rejected, come back and rejected. There's a level where, you know, when we broke this, firstly this candle itself trying to go up got rejected and came down. This candle right over here broke out with such power and the next candle just broke down. So that means there's something in this region that is very intentional. Look at this. This is the only wick in this entire time frame. Like, we're talking about 1, 2, 3 days to come down to that level and reject off. So there's definitely something interesting in this region that we want to find out.
What level is that?
That's like a 760 level, 150 760 level.
Around the 800 only.
Yeah, around the 800 level almost. So when we look at it, I bring that support right up to here. Okay, so look at where our entry would have been. Again, the logical entry. Since this is a 20 pip stop, we would have tried to put at least a 10 pip stop, right? Can you see that? This is the trade I took. Look at that, it went 50 pips. Let's just say you took only 20 pips. You see how I'm just taking half of what it actually ran. I'm not trying to hype you all up that you're going to cash that 50 pips every single time. I'm saying stick to the plan, right? Again, continue. Next time there's a massive support form, okay? That's how I would have drawn my support 100%. Okay, so again you're looking in these regions, okay? So I would have further like brought it down over here. Price broke down, 10 pip stop loss, 10 pip stop loss, 10 pip gain, easy 10 pip gain. It went up to 15 pips, but 10 pip gain. You see that? Just sticking to the plan. Right over here. You see that? You see those levels? Just levels on levels, just going with the plan, sticking to the plan. So when you look at it, That is exactly how I'm expecting you guys to trade, you know. And when I look at you guys and I see your trades, many times it does play out like this beautifully. Okay, so even though, like, let's just say you were holding for a 20 pip move, what I've told you, once you go like 6 to 7 pips in profits, you want to bring your stops to break even.
Break even, yes.
Right? You don't want to lose that movement which you've already got. You either want to get out of the trade without losing money, but you don't want to go into negatives. Okay? And so when we look at it, okay, fine, we've been moving down for so long, right? We've been moving down for so long. And what I taught you all last week, remember I taught you all range 1, range 2 breakouts?
Yeah.
Right? And so when we look at it, we have minor breakouts of range over here. Okay? So when we look at it, okay, fine, we formed this support right over here. Okay? It formed a resistance on that level. Okay, so guess what started happening? We started creating these higher lows, massive rejections. Can you see these? When you have multiple candle wicks like this, it's basically what you would consider a liquidity grab. Okay, so it goes down to grab buyers in order to punch back up. All right, and so when you look at it, okay, so we had our first range break, that was this range, right? We had a resistance, broke the resistance. We created a second range where we retested it twice. Okay, so when this broke above this candle right over here, that's when I'm expecting momentum. Okay, this is pre-New York, that's where you would have expected momentum. I caught this trade pre-New York, and I got, I think, 20 pips last week, yeah, on this trade. 10 pips stop again, right? Going back in time. And why would I take this trade? Simply because pre-New York. Okay, and look at this, right? What is the market telling you? Right? The market is literally telling you it's just pushing up, right? And recently I've used this tool quite a few times now. Can you see that? It's literally,
I can see the trend.
yeah, like this is just to mark out a trend which I use. So it helps you all understand it, you know. For me, what I like to use is bear charts. Can you make out a trend with bear charts? Just marking out the higher highs and higher lows. You see that? The market is literally telling you it's just gonna continue up, you know. It's like right there, right there, right there. So when we created this double top and we broke above it, that was like our highest point of probability, right? Because like over here, when we created a higher high above this, we had to create a higher high for this overall trend, right? So we had to push up to make a higher high to validate it, make a higher low to validate this again, to continue up to make another higher low to validate these highs. And once we break these highs, we have to make a higher high, right?
Yep.
And that's where we came up to make a higher high, and I took my trade to make those 20 pips right over here. You see how many different concepts I'm bringing in right now? I'm using a multiple of variables right now, you know. I'm not just using one confluence. If you're going to use one confluence, you're going to struggle. So my confluence was this 2-hour time frame closing super bullish, right? Let me just remove these brush drawings because they've got me into trouble way too many times. Oh. Alright. So can you see this? Can you see this 2-hour candle closing so bullish? Right? So after we've already come down, I took the trade basically on this 2-hour candle flip in bullish. Right? Except, what did I want to follow? I wanted to follow the plan, not executing on impulse entry. Right? So I looked for entries, 1-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame, no entry, 30-minute time frame. Oh, 30-minute time frame entry, right? We've gone down, we've made the low for the 1-hour candle, we're coming back up. The 30-minute closes bullish above resistance, firstly. Secondly, the 30-minute also has respected that 1-hour candle wick, right? and we've closed above. So that's my confluence to continue up. You see that? Basic understanding, okay? And so then we broke out, we went range 1, range 2, we pushed up, we formed range 3 all the way up here, right? So at this point we knew we were already in the highs. Let's go to the 4-hour time frames. There you go. You see we're in the 4-hour time frame resistance. So that's a place where you do not want to buy. 4-hour resistance, right? We've come up to a 4-hour resistance. We are looking at it. So we look at it, price is faked out twice, so we push our resistance quite further up there. And so looking at the 1-hour time frame, we would have established support right over here, right? But tell me why you wouldn't take a trade even if it broke the support. You see this?
One question.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell
You
me.
wouldn't take the trade.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question then.
Tell me.
Who?
Oh yeah. I was basically that was a rhetorical question, yeah. So you see this support, and this support is right over here. So why would I try to take a trade from here to here, right? So since we've moved in this bullish pattern, correct? We've only formed range 1, correct?
Yep.
We've only formed range 1. You see that? So my job is to find out where can I get in, okay? So firstly, okay, following the plan, y'all wouldn't have had an entry on this at all, okay? Only because your support is down here, correct? And there's nothing closing down here unless you took an entry here with a massive stop, of course. Let's just say you had a 10 pip stop or whatever, you would have still been profitable. But you see, this is a 30 pip candle. So let's just say you reduce your risk, so you reduce your lot size by half and put a 20 pip stop. Then you would have made a lot of money, of course, because of the move. So again, to meet your daily target, you need to hit 20 pips, right? Because you're using half the lot size, correct? So because of high volume, you would use a lower lot size, but targeting double your normal daily target because of high volume, correct? So that's a probability, but I'm not even going to take this into consideration because I don't want to take low probability trades. Only because I want y'all to follow the plan, right? I want to show y'all that your plan is what matters. Okay? So again, we broke out of range 1 so hard, okay? That I will cover with y'all in different trading strategies, okay? That will come in retest strategies basically, okay? And so we came down, we broke out of range 1, we formed range 2 right over here, correct? We formed range 2 right over here, we formed a resistance and a support. And so we are right now in this bearish trend. We have range 1 of the bearish trend, we have range 2 of the bearish trend, okay? And so now what is range 2? Okay, so this is a fake out, so I wouldn't care about this fake out because going to the higher time frames, you can see it's not there, right? So going to range 2, half an hour time frame closes below, right? You're taking the trade based on the massive bearish pressure, 10 pip stop loss, 10 pip target. There you go. You're pretty much done right over there. So over here it would have been a question of managing risk again, right? So perhaps you would have got stopped out at break even, right? But that's no problem, right? We are managing our risk. We are up 1, 2, 3, 4 trades for the week, correct? We're up 4 trades for the week. We got stopped once at break even, no problem. We're completely fine with that, okay? And so this from here on is where the market got really tricky, because we have already moved down like 300 pips, right? We're talking from the top over here. We have already moved down 330 pips, right? So right now we're expecting some forms of rejection. So when you look at the left, guess what we have entered? You see this? You see this area? So of course we're not going to get those volume pushes, right? Because we're not in the middle of the range anymore, right? Where are we? We're at the bottom of a range. You see what I mean? We're no longer in the middle of this range where we can expect volume pushes. We are now at the bottom of a range. And so that's where you stop looking for sells, right? You're being cautious. You're being very cautious. And so what you would do is go to the 30-minute time frame. Okay? You can see rejection, 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 rejection. So let's just see how many hours of rejection we had. Okay? Six hours of rejection right in this area. Okay? So we formed this resistance right over here. Okay? So this is how I personally would have taken this trade. Okay? Only because why? Low, higher low, higher high. If we break this, we're making higher highs. And so I would expect a volume push because firstly it's okay, so it's about 6:30. We're about to have New York Stock Exchange open push. You see that? Let's just put it at 10 pips stop loss right over there. You see that? 10 pip stop loss, 10 pip gains right over here. Just following the trading plan. We've already made two sets of higher lows and higher highs. Sorry, we've already made one set of higher lows and higher highs. So when you go to the daily, the higher time frame, like the 1 hour, right? Multiple rejections and one strong bullish candle. You see what gives us the confluence? You're bringing together time frames, you're bringing together time sessions, you're bringing together market structure, and you're bringing together what you're seeing on the charts. I'm seeing rejection right over here, right? I hope you all are seeing the same. Candle wick rejection, candle wick rejection, candle no bottom wick rejection, candle wick rejection, candle wick closed almost as like I think this is what they would basically call a doji candle. It's basically like there's nothing happening over there. So this is what I would just consider an irrelevant candle, right? It rejected so hard, rejected so hard. So this, when it closed as a strong candle, I'm just like, oh damn. Why did I not take it over here when it rejected? Because we hadn't made the higher low as yet, right? You see that? That was the first low. So of course I'm not going to take it there. Here I have a confluence because I have a higher low over here, right? So that's where I say let's take it, right? And so that's what you guys need to look at, you know. So when we look at it, let's just say you took 20 pips from here. We're up for the week big time. 20 pips here. So we took 20 pips, we took 20 pips, we took 10 pips right over here, 10 pips, so that's we're up 50 pips, we're up another 20 pips right over here, we're up around 70 pips. We got stopped out at break even, so this doesn't count. We made another 20 pips, we're up 90 pips for the week on one pair. You guys see how that works? You'll have to just be so careful. You see how none of this is going to happen by 5-minute analysis. You get what I mean? None of that could have happened with 5-minute analysis. I had to pay so much of attention for this, especially for this last trade. Okay? Firstly, I've done my multiple time frame analysis. Coming to this would have been my support basically. Because look, candle has come into, rejected, this formed a support, rejected, came down, closed above, rejected, came down, rejected. So this is a level which has been very important. So guess what? That's going to be important to me too. So when we rejected this level, of course I'm expecting price to go up, right? And so y'all need to make sure that you're doing your multiple time frame analysis. Y'all have seen, I've showed y'all, I'm looking for strong bearish candles on 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, you know. I'm looking for daily closures. The reason, I mean, come on, the reason we decided this week is going to be bullish is because of the week, I mean bearish is because of the weekly, right? The weekly forming this resistance gave it away completely. You could have sold right over here. Let's just see what stop loss that would be. Okay. Okay. Let's just say you kept even a 30 pip stop loss. Okay. Yeah, so you didn't want price to come back above this area, so you kept a 30 pip stop loss. You took quarter your position size, right? And you took it on the weekly time frame. Guess what? When we're waiting for 30-minute candles to close, we're expecting the next 30-minute candle to push, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to take a trade on the weekly time frame, firstly you're going to analyze your risk, right? I can't risk that much, so I'm going to take quarter of my position size. And guess what? Quarter of your position size would have made 3 times the amount of your legit lot size had you held it for the week, because you're expecting this weekly candle to push down. You get what I mean? I'm not like, of course I'm encouraging you all to possibly take long-term trades also, but what I'm telling you all is it all works based on time frames. Which time frame are you looking at for your confluences? Which time frame are you looking at for your entries? One of these trades I showed you all that I looked at the 1 hour time frame. Wait. Yeah, right over here. 1 second. Here, right over here, right? 1 hour time frame is telling me that this is a rejection from this resistance and we could continue down, correct? 30-minute time frame closes above. 1 hour time frame, even though it shows me that we could break below and continue, 1 hour time frame shows me that we've respected this previous low. 30-minute time frame shows me that we've closed above the previous highs. You see, I'm using 2 types of analysis right over here. But why am I taking a trade where there's a resistance right over here? Guess what? Go to the 2 hour time frame. We formed a resistance. We formed a massive candle wave. Can you see this massive candle body? Bullish candle. So the 2 hour has confirmed my momentum. The 1 hour has confirmed my market structure, like respect. And the 30-minute has confirmed my entry. Can you all see how many time frames of analysis?
Yeah.
So that's what you all have to do. Dive deeper, guys. Go real deep, okay? Because this is what is gonna enable you all to be better traders, you know. I don't want us to go off of some weird patterns and all that people tell us. I want us to go based off what we are seeing, right? We tell the stories. It's all about us to discuss and view our story of what is happening, alright? So make sure to view your story and see what is gonna happen and how it's gonna happen, okay? So that's just me showing you all how backtesting works, you know, how you all should backtest your stuff, look at it, and how you're able to become more profitable, okay, in the future. Because that's exactly what we need to do in order to grow as traders, right? Growth is important. I always tell you all, growth comes first, you know, no matter what happens. Anyway, alright, so guys, you all got that? Any questions?
No.
Right, so that was an interesting session of backtesting, right? So backtesting is very important. Go back and show yourself how much you could have made the previous week. Go back and show yourself what you're capable of with just your plan and your strategy, because that's what's going to enable you to develop as a trader. Alright, so now let's just look at this. So now we're going into we're going to go into our pre-market analysis, lads. We're going to break it down right from the monthly time frame going all the way down to the 30-minute time frame. But for my analysis, pre-market analysis, I probably like to stick to the 4-hour time frame, maybe, you know, the 4-hour time frame max, because you're looking at a weekly analysis, right? So that's what's gonna happen on the higher time frames many times. Alright, so anyway, let's just look at it. We came up to this zone, right, where we previously rejected. We rejected it ourselves. We're looking at like 850 900 region. So let's just put 850 in, 155 850. Solid rejection. One time last time we hit this level, we tanked about 2600 pips. So anything can happen, right? So now we've seen that we've rejected it on a massive level. So now we're going to come and look at the intricates on the monthly time frame. Okay. Alright, so firstly we're going to look at this level because this is our monthly support, correct? Where are we at? 151 flat. It's formed a monthly support at 151 flat. So we're watching that carefully. If this month closes this way, September is going to be an absolute banger back down because look at these candles we have right here, right? So anyway, but guess what? We're being cautious. Can you see these wicks to the left?
Yeah.
Rejection, 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 rejection. So we're just going to be careful of that. Okay, so what I'm going to look at, 148 200 is, man, that just came out of nowhere. I didn't even mark that intentionally, but yeah, 200 is a very important level. You can see this candle made a low wick rejecting this level and pushing up really strong, right? So 148 200 probably is a very important level, but what we're looking at clearly is we need August to break this low. Right, this is July. If August doesn't break this low, we're not forming lower lows and lower highs, right? We formed a lower high but not a lower low, so then market structure hasn't validated itself, right? Because bearish market structure is lower highs and lower lows, one of which is missing is a complete violation again. Okay, so anyway, let's look at this. Okay, so weekly time frame we've come back. Okay, so weekly time frame we've broken below. So we no longer have to look at this level. We probably put a monthly caution right over here. Okay, let's just change this color. I'm just gonna make it like, let's just say yellow. That's my monthly caution. It's going to be 151 flat because if price does push up, I want to make sure that I'm understanding that it's a fake out on the monthly time frame. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's bring this down here. This is our support. We're gonna mark 650, right? So let's just look whether 650 is viable. Yup, candle wick, rejection wick, rejection wick, rejection wick, rejection wick, rejection wick. 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks have rejected this level. So automatically this level is important to us, right? So let's go to the daily time frame. Oh, come on, look at that. You feeling me right now? Look at this. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame we have broken out, but can you see that this candle body is a lot smaller than the wicks? So that's what we consider a weak candle, right? A weak bearish candle. And so now what I'm going to look at is this support right over here, because can you see price has come into this region before, correct? Price has rejected this region before, so this is going to be very important. Again, remember, where do you want to be taking your trades? I want to primarily be taking my trades in this region. Can you see? Clean candle moves, clean candle moves, candle moves, candle moves, candle moves, candle moves, right? So you want to be cautious where we are at right now, guys. Okay, you want to be cautious because this could turn around any moment. Can you see? This could have faked out and continued and closed back up. This massive wick to the downside, people would have been so happy that we finally broke and we're continuing down. Massive wick to the downside. It could flip any moment. That would have been one really sad day. People have been holding sells to like continue down, and they would have got wrecked because it went right back up. And not only did it go right back up, it went back another 300 pips, right? So that's the stuff you want to look at. Okay, so then let's look at this. Okay, so I've marked this 400 149 400 level as an important level. Weekly level is 149 650. So now we're going to start validating all these levels as we go up. Okay, so now I'm going to mark this level down here also. Okay, so about 750. Okay, right over there. Let's come down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this level is validated. Okay, as seen over here, you know, we've rejected this level multiple times, but 400 level, can you see that all of these have somehow crossed this level, whether it's up or down? So now I want to kind of like readjust it. Okay, so I'm going to bring it here. Why am I bringing it here? Can you see this support? Okay, I wanted to touch this resistance to touch. I wanted this support. Can you see these rejections from this level? Probably a fake out. this resistance. So I'm choosing a key area, right? Can you see I'm choosing a key point? So that would be a 300 level. 149, 300. And guess what we're rejecting? Guys, we didn't even have to look at it. You saw? I had marked that level on the daily time frame, 650 on the daily time frame. That's our weekly support, right? How can I tell you the weekly support? Because look here, weekly support 650. When we come to the daily time frame, we marked our 300 and then we readjusted it to accommodate these candle wicks. Okay, came to the 4 hour. Our weekly support matches out, right? Look at 0.300. Okay, 0.300, we are rejecting it right now. So guess what? Right now 0.300 is going to be a very crucial zone for us, right? Because we're in this level which turned around last time, right? So when we do break this 300 level, okay, so let's now let's get into analysis. Okay, so I put a 4 pip zone right over there, another zone right over here. Okay, so we formed range, right? So we formed our first range, okay? And so let's look at this. If price does break down, okay, so let me just zoom out a little so you can see this story and this story. Okay, so if price breaks down right over here, we have this entire candle wick to fill. Can you see this? So we can wick fill this right till here. So we're talking about right over here, right? So this next candle can come and fill this wick right down over here. What we do have to accept is we could come down over here, close back in this range and continue all the way back up, right? So you're looking for endless possibilities. So what do I tell you guys? Okay, we've calmed down. Let's calm down, create another resistance, take it on range 2 breakout, right?
Yeah.
You want the higher probability trade. Just because you said your trading strategy is break of support, I'm gonna take a sell, and break of resistance, I'm gonna take a buy, you still want the higher probability trade. So wait for it to form another range below this level and break out of that, and that you'll be looking at the 4-hour time frame. Is a 4-hour time frame going to close below this level, right? 4-hour time frame closing below this level is even higher probability. Just because some 30-minute candle goes all the way down, the next 30-minute candle can close all the way back up, and giving it a small bullish 4-hour time frame with a massive candle wick, right? 1 second, that's just super unruly. 1 second. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
We could have a small bearish 4-hour, right? Small bullish with a massive wick to the downside. But guess what? You want that 4-hour bearish to be a nice strong 4-hour bearish, so the next 4-hour can absolutely slam it down. You get what I mean? And then we're still going to be cautious at this level, because guess what? We're no longer, remember guys, remember, we are no longer in this free traffic region. Okay, we're no longer in this free traffic region. We are in a region where buyers and sellers have been at it. You could be looking at this region to be one of your targets, right? Once we break out and break below. But just remember, when we look at it, yeah, this could be another target. Look at this level, support, rejection. So basically rejection, resistance, rejection, 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 rejection. Okay, so you could trade between the gaps, 50 pip gaps, another 100 pip gap. So you can trade between the gaps, but remember, in this entire region, it's been known for turning around. Okay, look at this. Broke the first range, came down, broke the second range. Can you see it broke below this? Turned around and continued up another 200 pips. Broke range 1, broke range 2 right over here. You know, as we go down the time frame. Can you see this? Broke range 1, broke range 2. You could have got a good trade for sure. Right down there. Guess what it did? It shot all the way back up. Alright? So this week we're going to be very cautious with what we do. Okay? So now, in order to clear up some of that stuff we had drawn just now, we're going to go to the higher time frames and start removing certain markings. Okay? So now we're going to slowly start removing some of this stuff. So now, okay, so this is the resistance on the weekly. Okay, let's go to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, this support is really important. So if I'm taking any possible sells on the 4-hour time frame, I'm definitely going to have like my targets down here, and I'm not going to push my luck. Okay, whether it breaks or not, it's not my problem. I'm not pushing my luck at a daily time frame support. So I'm at a 780 level. Okay, 750. Okay, I've drawn a 6 pip zone right over here. Okay, just look at this zone. Okay, it's gonna make sense in a second. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Look at how much sense this zone makes in this region. You see what history tells you of this zone? Did we even come here to draw this?
Nope.
We didn't even have to come here to draw this. All we had to look at what is presently happening. Okay, so let's look at this 300 level. Yeah, 300 level is going to be very important. But whenever we've broken this 300 level, we have a history of pushing down to this level. Okay, 780. 780. Do we have a history again? Yep. Whenever we've broken down, we have a history of visiting 780. So 780 is definitely going to be a target, right? But it's going to be determined by you whether you're going to get caught on a fake out back, or you're going to wait for like maybe like a mini range to be formed, dependent on you again, on the 30-minute time frame to break out to the downside, or maybe you're just waiting for a 4-hour close down here in order to just continue down and slam down, right? So you got to go through the time frames. For me, I would be comfortable if a 4-hour close down here to continue down, because look at it, support, 4-hour close down, continue down. 4-hour closes below this, I would expect it to continue down. But again, I have to look on the other time frames. Is the other time frames closing below this? Or if, let's say, let's say this 4-hour candle opens, okay? 2 hours of the 4-hour candles have already gone by, okay? So half of this candle has formed, so we've already come down to this region, right? And there's another 2 hours left for the candle to close, okay? And it's showing signs that there could be a range formed here. Then I'm gonna wait for this range to be broken out to continue down. Alright? Because until then, there's a probability that we could close back above this region to continue back up to the range. Okay? This is pre-market analysis definitely, but I'm educating you for any circumstance. You need to be ready to apply anything in any given moment. Okay? So that's where you gotta look at it. From what we are seeing, okay, let's just look at what sentiment we're gonna get for the week. What sentiment are we gonna get for the week? Okay, so alright, can you see?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so let's look at this. JPY news at 6 a.m. Flash manufacturing PMI. Yeah, that is pretty decently important, but you see it's a yellow packet. So that means price could have already been, like the news could have already been priced in throughout the previous week, or you know, the coming weeks. So what we're going to look at is Euro news. Euro. Okay, one of you tell me, why is the Euro so important to GBP? Great British Pound. Okay. Europe, okay, but why? Yeah, no, but why does it affect GBP? Tell me from your understanding of like history or whatever.
History, geography, which one?
History. Yeah, geography also could play a major role.
I know they came stole from us.
But this is Europe and GBP. Because we are trading on GBP JPY pair, right? So we only bother about GBP. So we're looking
Yeah.
at the euro affecting GBP. So tell me, why are we expecting euro news to affect GBP?
Change all you, man. That's right.
No idea.
All right.
Frog
Yeah.
is around.
All right. Definitely, they're neighboring countries and everything. You know, competition is real in the real life. Competition is very real, right? With your neighbor, it's basically competition. So, but you'll understand what Brexit is, right? British exit, basically, right? And so when you look at it and understand it, that for so long they were together, okay? So everything that happened together, right? So if the pound did really well, all European places were doing really well, right? Because they were all together, they were considered one union. But now with Brexit and the British exit, it's a competition, right? Because that means it's no longer if the pound is pushing up, the euro is also going to push up. Now it's if the pound pushes up, the euro has to fall, right? Because you have a pair called Euro GBP, right? And so it's basically like now you can trade one against the other, right? And so when you look at it, it's a state of confusion. So with Brexit coming into play, you're looking at if the euro gets powerful, then the pound is not going to be as powerful, right? Because they're no longer together in this, right? They're against each other now. So now when we look at the euro, if the euro is going to skyrocket, then we're going to probably look at a few crashes by GBP. But 2 p.m. we have GBP news. So I'm going to say be careful of London session tomorrow. When you see red packets, be careful, okay? Red packets means like danger is lurking, okay? It's like it's super touchy, you know, to see red packets, because it's just dangerous, to be honest. Just dangerous. Anyway, so we have a lot of news Monday going towards USD 7:15 p.m. I would say GBP USD is going to be amazing to trade on at 7 o'clock in the evening tomorrow, only because guess what, it's tell me why 7 p.m. would be so important.
Share your screen.
Huh?
Share your screen, it went off.
Did it?
Yep.
Oh snap, why did I go off? My bad. Can you see it?
Yep. Hello.
Yep, 1 second.
Around
I'm just
by
taking
7 p.m. Huh?
yeah.
Hey.
1 second, you just became massive all of a sudden. Yeah.
Just like, wow. Yeah, 4 viewers. Wow.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, tell me why 7 p.m. would be so important. Of course, we have the news. Why else?
New York Stock Exchange.
New York Stock Exchange. So you have double the volume coming in tomorrow evening. Alright, so GBP, USD, Euro, USD, USD, JPY, all USD pairs are going to be solid to trade. Gold is going to be amazing. So we're probably going to push quite a bit on gold tomorrow. And that's what I'm excited about gold for tomorrow. Because looking at the way we're going, gold should give us a good push. 1 second, let's go back to the charts.
Yo, I'll see you guys in my first, you know.
So
Take care.
look at gold. We've closed with a support, right? And the next week has closed with negligible candle. Daily has closed super bearish with a weak bullish candle. So I would be expecting USD to gain some strength. Okay, we need USD to gain some strength. So looking at the news again, let's look at what the news sentiment is. Okay, so let's understand news sentiment. So look at USD 634. They're looking at a slightly lower number, 59.1, slightly lower number again. Okay, so that would be interesting to see how it's gonna pan out. Okay, so if the numbers remain this close, then it shouldn't affect the market really that much. So New York Stock Exchange only should affect the market. Existing home sales is a lot lesser. I mean, it's just like $4 million lesser. And you know, for US, 4 million is kind of not. Yeah, no one really cares. Sorry, not 4 million, 400,000. So that's really not even a problem. Okay, so let's look at the other figures. USD news, JPY news, yellow packets, so not a problem. 10:30 a.m. Euro GBP news, not a problem, not a problem. Crude oil inventory is very important. Core durables partially important. We're slowly heading into the week with some more important news. USD prelim GDP. Okay, yeah, so look at this. We're heading into Friday being very important, okay? Thursday, Friday is going to be very important, especially New York session. So guys, be careful of New York session. You know, you don't want to get burnt in the New York session. And so, going back to your charts, you want to be careful again. Be smart and wise about it. Gold on the daily time frame, I'm really looking for this next candle to break this low, break the next low and start continuing down, possibly to just this level. You see that? I just wanted to come down to this level. I'll be more than happy and more than satisfied, because that itself will probably be like 200 pips, etc. That's what I'm personally looking at. You can see that the trend is completely bearish. I have we have a support down here, but below this, where we have such clean traffic, just look at this amazing stuff right over there available to us. So let's keep in mind how to trade this, you know. And so for gold especially, one second. For gold especially on the higher time frames, okay, so when you look at the 4-hour time frame, you don't want to take buys until we break this level, okay? But when we do start seeing rejections on this level, can you see what happened previously? When we do start seeing rejections on this level, so if you see some nice tiny ranges, you could take some buys back up there. So be smart about it, be sharp about it, okay? These are basically buy low, sell high, right? So if we reject this level, you want to sell high. But if we break out of this level, you want to take more buys, because, right, we're breaking to go and form a new range somewhere up here. So if we break out and then start forming a new range somewhere here in order to continue up again, okay? So look at it, guys, look at it very importantly. GBP USD, some buys could get activated right over here, right over there. Can you see that? So we could have some buys coming up there. Oops, there you go. How do I remove mine? Yeah, alright, so we could have some buys activated here, and you could target these highs, because guess what, every time price closed and rejected this region, we went up at least till there. So we could have some buys activated, but again, look for sentimental reasons also, okay? Look at fundamental reasons, because when you look at it, if US is coming back strong, guys, don't expect any country to always be in the negative. US had its time in the dumps, but they're gonna try to come back strong, even if it's by lying or whatever. They're gonna try to come back strong, right? I mean, like, those who are from India, they'll understand what, you know, manipulation of markets is gonna be. So look at every country, you know, if USD has lost their value or GBP has lost their value, they're gonna try everything in their power to come back strong, because they need cheaper prices for trade. They need better opportunities for trade. So look at all those reasons, come up with a good set of reasons, let price form out over here. If you see GBP gaining strength, you see some news that, you know, whatever, GBP economy recovering, probably FOMC something, you know, the FOMC is negative for USD or whatever, then start looking to take some buys back up on GBP USD, okay? But if you're seeing GBP is only getting stronger, then look at the other time frames, right? Weekly time frame, we could easily come back down over here. All right, give yourself more reasons to take the trade. Give yourself that understanding, okay? Don't deny yourself the opportunity of, you know, being able to absolutely exploit the market, right? The only way you're able to do that is if you, what do I say? If you're able to activate that level of knowledge in what you're doing, okay? So activate that level of knowledge in what you're doing. And last week, you know, QBank said top tier. Forex traders, we're only top tier. We choose the best out of the best. We try to hit the best of the market, okay? We are completely going top tier over here. We are not sparing ourselves over here. We are going top tier in our analysis, okay? This week, top tier analysis. We're going to go next level with it. We're going to absolutely obliterate it. You know, we're going to go into these intricacies. We're going to look, okay, how many times has this been respected? Okay, perhaps once we break out of this respect, we could look at some push up, right? Probably in a volume session, right? You probably want to look for it in a volume session because this level is a well respected level. So in order to give myself more confluences, I need this candle to close at 12:30 because I want the next candle to be London volume push up to this level right over here. Okay, so you get it, guys? Gypsy?
Yep.
All right. Anyone in the YouTube chat, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, tell me what's up. Was it all right? Was it explanatory? Did you understand what we're looking for? Top tier only. Really, you know, like, because we gotta go to the next level, guys. Wait, let me just play QBank's thing. Because it's really interesting, guys. I want you all to listen. It's basically just motivation, okay? Don't take it as anything else. Guys, a solid trader, of course. And so we're just going to look at those aspects on where we can become better traders, right? And so this is like motivation purposes only, okay? Instagram, 1 second. Pump. Okay, 1 second. The new scamper. Gypsy, I'll stream it because you won't get the audio, right?
Yep. If it's Instagram, just send it to me.
There you go. I am streaming. Q Banks, there you go. Q Cullinan Banks. And the stream should be able to hear it. Let me just pause the music. Alright. This is what he basically replied to a lot of hate that was coming to the Forex community. Okay. Alright, Gypsy. Are you on?
Yep.
Do you think if I'm cycling, I'm gonna buy the lowest grade shit? No.
What?
I can't hear it.
You can't?
Nope.
1 second. Discord. Okay, I'll tell you what. Get on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
Okay?
Go. Yeah, okay, I'll listen there.
Yeah. Alright, listen to this guy.
Do you think if I'm cycling, I'm gonna buy the lowest grade shit? Nah, top tier shit. Everything top tier. Doesn't matter what I'm into. Top tier shit. If I like video games, I'm having all the games. Every single one of them. Doesn't matter. If I like clothes, I want this one, and this one. If I like shoes, I want that entire row. Trader shit. Why? Because Money's not even an object. We make that shit every day. Top tier shit. Do you think
Okay, so you get that? You understand how he brings into trading, it's not money is not the object, right? Money is not the object. We're looking at whatever we do as traders. We're looking to go one step ahead. We're looking to go beyond and above, okay? We're looking to go completely top tier, guys. So, you guys need to like focus up on what you're doing. If you're getting into trading, focus on fundamentals, focus on why you're getting into it, focus on getting the right education before you hop into it. And remember, everything you do, if you're doing your analysis, make sure you're doing it completely top tier, right? You don't want to have a low probability trading plan, right? You don't want to have yourself in a space where you're going to have anxiety, right? So put yourself in situations where you won't have anxiety. All right? Find yourself in places where you could call yourself a top tier trader. All right? So make sure when you're doing your analysis, completely top tier. All right? Multiple time frame analysis, fundamental analysis, complete technical analysis. You're going through sentimental analysis, and you're going through your own emotions. You're balancing your emotions when you're trading. You're risk managing, right? You're following the trading plan. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this session. This was more of like a session which is like an education session, right? Helping you all understand what this top tier stuff is all about, what fundamental and technical analysis will give you. All right? So anyway, I had a fantastic time. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna see you guys. I hope you all get ready for the markets tomorrow. I don't know if let's see if I'll be up for Asian. If y'all are waking up, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be there for Asian session tomorrow. We're gonna try to make it a habit every single day of the week. We're gonna try to be there. We're just gonna make sure we push ourselves to that limit. If we're gonna choose a life of discipline, let's make sure it's disciplined. And Asian session every single day of the week. And remember, if you want to join us, you could always talk to us. Message me on Discord, message me on Telegram, whatever. Hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram is right below my video, right? And so you can hit me up, subscribe, and do follow if you want to follow the journey. And yeah, last week was an amazing week. This week is going to be another week of market annihilation, as I call it. All right. So anyway, guys, don't over risk, okay? Do not overtrade, and most of all, stay disciplined, okay? If there's one motto that we follow, it's staying disciplined, okay? So anyway, stay hungry, keep hustling, guys. See you all.
Bye.